Hello, everybody. This is Bradford Harris, and I'm here to talk about really quickly the ECHR Technology Committee meeting that will be September 23rd. I believe that is a Wednesday after the all clear. So some of the things that you already know already, where to find this presentation, it is shared with you guys in the eTech committee folder. The agenda link is live. I've already have it set up, and the sign-in link is live as well, though you will need the password to sign in, and I will give that password the day that we meet. And also, I have shared with you, or you've already seen it already, the review notes that Karen Anderson has sent out. Okay, so the things that we're going to be talking about meeting days, a lot of you have come up to me or kind of sidebar me and asked, do we really need to meet twice? Is that going to be is that an issue? Whatever. And I am all for us only meeting one time. I agree with you guys. I know we all have busy schedules. We are here from sun up pretty much to sundown. So I completely agree. However, be that as it may, us being a technology committee, we have access to a lot of technology to have meetings outside of the building. I don't want to do 2 meetings either, but a lot of the stuff that we have planned that we need to set up does involve all of us to have a little bit of commitment from each other. We all need to do our part. So when I send out, or when anybody sends out stuff from Google Drive, please fill it out, because that makes our meetings go by faster. Again, we can have meetings via Google Drive. Voxer can be a topic to pull up. I know some people do it, some people don't. I Vox a lot with other PLNs around the state and around the country. Hangouts is still open as far as us doing it after school. We also can do, we also can do something on Twitter or GoToMeeting. The choice is up to you. Again, we are the technology committee, so we have more of an open platform to create our PLC meetings. I will say email is not the answer. We have tons of emails that we get every day. Specifically, speaking for myself, I don't want to have meetings via email. That is not effective. We can talk about this in the meetings, and I do agree with you guys again that meeting twice may be a little much, since we do have a lot going on, but I am going to need a commitment from myself, obviously, and everybody. Just a small commitment, nothing big. Nobody's getting married or anything like that except for one person. But I'm not asking you to marry the technology committee. I just need as much input as we possibly can to get the technology committee up and running, and we'll talk about more about that later on in the meeting. So here's some of our biggest concerns right now. The big elephants that are in the room are, we need to go over what BYOD is for our campus. We need to get that set up. We need to present that to Mr. Herndon so he can have a clear understanding of what we mean by BYOD. Example again, should students be walking around with devices in their pockets? So on and so forth. That's the kind of things that Mr. Herndon needs to know about so he can make a final say so as far as BYOD is concerned. Tech night is one that we also need to start thinking about and planning. We need to have that pretty soon. I will say this, we do have open house that's coming around the corner. We do need to plan for that. So that's one thing that's up for discussion. Do we stop and talk about our open house and how we're going to incorporate technology in open house, or do we focus on tech night? And I'm just going to pull up the calendar so you can view real quick. Of course, the calendar your calendar doesn't look like mine, but if you can see here at the bottom, we're at this week, the 21st and the 25th. I was wanting to do a tech night maybe next week, but again, that is pushing it because we have nothing going on that week. But then when we're looking at the week of the 5th, we have open house on Tuesday. That's right around the corner. Do we want to do something that's back to back? Is that something that's going to be an issue? Now, keep in mind, that does look good for our campus. We have the reading with dads going on. We have a lot of stuff going on. So that does promote we do want to promote what's going on in the community for our campus. I know, again, we are dealing with, our family time, our personal lives, and et cetera, et cetera. But also keep in mind that we are reaching out to the community, and we want to provide a service to the community when it comes to what's going on in our school. I think having all these things going on throughout the year, throughout the month is a good thing. But again, that's something that we can talk about in our meeting. So again, we need to also kind of slightly maybe talk about Parent Connect, not too big of an issue, but again, what's really holding us over our heads are BYLD, Tech Night, and especially Open House. We also want to talk about modeling what it means to be technology people when it comes to our faculty meetings. One of the things that I want to see from us is, number one, we should not be taking the agenda. That's not something that we need to be take, because I doubt that we even hold on to it or and keep it in our notes. I know a lot of us are saying that we write notes on it, but let's model, using our own personal devices to take notes. Let's model even using our own personal planners even to take notes. We should not be taking paper if we are a technology committee, and that is something that we can talk about also in the meeting. PLC modeling with technology is something that we're also going to talk about. I believe we have each person that represents a certain content besides, our extracurricular activities. I believe we have somebody that's in math, reading, science, and social studies. We need to start thinking how, when we're in those meetings, how are we integrating the technology component in those meetings? Can those meetings be flipped? Can we bring in a Web 2.0 tool? And that's not just coming from Mr. Harris. That could be coming from anybody in a PLC meeting. Start taking your notes down. Start being that fly on the wall, and then go to your skills specialist and say, hey, what do you think about doing this? And you can be in charge of it. You don't have to run to me to create this grand technology, whatever it is that you want to create. You are the representative of the technology committee. Start looking at different Web 2.0 tools. Start looking at, what if we do like what we're doing now, flipping the meeting with providing an agenda. Maybe I'll write the agenda down. When I say I mean you, as being part of the committee for math or reading or whatever. Things like that would help out the skill specialists. But again, we will talk about that in our meeting. TCCA, again, I'm going to beat this until it's a dead horse. Are you registered? If not, it is October 17th. Again, you do not have to be committed to staying for the whole entire day. If you need to stay for an hour, stay for an hour. If you can stay for 6, stay for 6, 3 for 3, whatever. It doesn't even matter. I would like to see us as a committee being represented for Eckerd Intermediate. I think that will definitely be something that we can definitely look forward to. So again, going back to the agenda, it's the same thing as you just saw in the PowerPoint. We're going to be talking about BYOD, and Open House and Tech Night are going to be our really big discussions. Modeling PLCs, Adobe is what I want to also talk about, excuse me, as well. And I left in the agenda what goals you have for the E-Tech committee. I still want you to fill that out. I know I see some of you haven't filled that out. I really would like for you to fill that out. The notes that Ms. Anderson left, some really good notes on who's what in the role and some ideas. I left also in her notes that are shared with you our BYOD plans. I want to hear what ideas you have for BYOD. They don't have to be something that's grand and fabulous. I just need some ideas. And I do not want just one person doing it, because if we have only just one person doing it, then it's going to be a waste of our time having this meeting. Okay? So again, I have that, ideas for Tech Night, and I have ideas for Open House. Again, these do not have to be, as Mr. Harvard would say, glamorous and sexy. It's just something that's just really simple. Again, we are not trying to reinvent the wheel or trying to change the world. We're just trying to do something that's simple and integrating. So I will need your ideas. I need for y'all to bring something to the table by Wednesday afternoon, and I will have the Chromebooks up so you can just jot down your ideas, okay? So again, going back, we're focusing on this agenda. Everything is hyperlinked and whatnot. All this is shared with you. If you have any questions, problems, or concerns, you guys know where I'm at. Again, the Technology Committee is on September 23rd. I believe that is a Wednesday. If it's not on Wednesday, I know it is September 23rd because I was told September 23rd. Please look at this presentation. Please look at your notes that that Ms. Anderson has made. Look at the agenda link. One thing that I did not put on the presentation is, guys, when we're in the PLCs, and I will send this link to y'all in the email, please mention to the departments about filling out the pre-technology survey form. That is very important because that will help me decide how we're going to do technology PD on the campus. So please speak in your meetings about, hey, this needs to be done. I need you to fill this out ASAP. If you are an extracurricular person, just share the link with the PE people, the music people, Spanish people. Please just share it. I really need this done. There hasn't been any, there's only been like literally 2 people that have filled it out. So I don't know if this is getting pushed out. So again, if you have any questions, you guys know where I'm at, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you.